Hillary Clinton wants to be commander-in-chief, and she has more foreign policy experience than anyone running for president. She even brags about it when she can.
I was very flattered when Henry Kissinger said I ran the State Department better than anybody had run it in a long time.
But she might not want to name-drop a guy who orchestrated coups, propped up dictators, and probably violated international law. And experience isn't the same thing as success. What's Clinton's track record when it comes to US intervention abroad, and why does it matter? Everyone knows that back in 2002, Senator Clinton voted for the invasion of Iraq. Even though she now admits that it was a mistake, has she learned from it? Well, her actions at the State Department are telling. Let's start with the bombing of Libya during the Arab Spring. Clinton was the Obama administration's most influential advocate in toppling the Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Using flawed intelligence from Libyan opposition leaders, she pressured President Obama to join coalition forces, despite resistance from members of his cabinet. Following the death of Gaddafi, NATO bombing ended, but Clinton had no strategy for securing the country after his overthrow. The chaos that followed, free-flowing weapons and armed militias, have turned Libya into a country with competing governments, no rule of law, and a growing ISIS presence. Still, the former Secretary of State seems to be proud of her role in regime change in Libya.
Libya actually held elections. They elected moderates. They have tried to piece together a government against a lot of really serious challenges.
But Libya isn't the only case of Clinton's militaristic approach. Whenever the Obama administration was divided about using force, Clinton was on team intervention. She repeatedly advocated for the 2009 decision to send thousands of troops to continue the war in Afghanistan. Vice President Joe Biden and others opposed it. But even after leaving the State Department, Clinton has been vocal in her readiness to take on conflict around the world. When it comes to Iran, Clinton's publicly supported diplomacy and the deal. But at a time when the US is dropping sanctions, Clinton says there should be new ones.
Which is really a very retrograde posture, something that's not shared by pretty much anyone within the Democratic Party.
On Syria, Clinton's distanced herself from Obama. She's called for a more aggressive approach, including a no-fly zone, more airstrikes, more special ops, and
ground forces actually taking back more territory from ISIS.
Then there's Latin America. Clinton's record points to leadership that talks a big game on democracy, but behind the scenes isn't all that interested in it. In 2009, she condoned a coup in Honduras, even though the United Nations and others condemned it. Clinton secretly negotiated with coup leaders to ensure fast elections and that the former president would not return. Since then, Honduras has been rife with drug violence and police corruption. It has the highest homicide rate in the world, which is part of the reason so many migrants have become US asylum seekers. Given all that, who's Clinton hoping to attract with this record?
It's very difficult to perceive who within the Democratic primary electorate she's trying to woo over with an extremely hostile and antagonistic foreign policy.
So, is Hillary the commander-in-chief the Democrats want and that America really needs?